Let's just give it a few minutes. It's downloading. Uh, there we go. Okay, great. So first of all, thank you all for signing up for the Club Royal University on Mice Business in the Caribbean. Over here. Okay. So corporate meetings, incentives, and charters. As a leader in the cruise line industry, Royal Caribbean, we are the innovators when it comes to designing our ships. However, one very important component that most people don't know is that our ships are built for business. All of our ships have dedicated conference centers with state-of-the-art AV equipment. We also have other lounges as well that can be used for big events such as product launches, general sessions, etc. And we'll cover this in the presentation. So Royal Caribbean, in the Caribbean, we have multiple destinations. We have 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, and longer. Sailing out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Galveston. So we'll just cover the Caribbean, but please also keep in mind that Royal Caribbean has 26 ships, soon to be 28, and we do sail the world. So not only the Caribbean, but we also have Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Alaska. So Asia, there's lots of opportunities out there. And again, our ships are built for business. Unique venues. There's nobody like Royal Caribbean International with these unique venues. So for example, on the left-hand side, as you see there, you have Studio B, which is a phenomenal venue. It is the ice skating rink with great shows. However, you could cover the floor and you can use this venue for a general session, a big meeting. You can do simulcast between Studio B and the main theater, and we can cover that as well. Um, Dedicated conference facilities, as I mentioned. So most of our ships have this large conference center. So you've got Voyager class, Freedom class, and Oasis class that have this particular conference center that holds up to 400 seated theater style, just like you're seeing here. But the room also divides into four, which is great for breakouts. But also you can use the other venues, as we mentioned, Studio B, the theater, secondary lounges. You can use these for meetings, breakouts, and you can do simulcast from one venue to the other. Keep in mind, if you try to do this, as you all, I'm sure you have in the past, you do this in a hotel, it costs a lot of money. On board Royal Caribbean, there's zero cost to do simulcast from one lounge to the other. Amazing entertainment on board Royal Caribbean, not only in Studio B, but the main theater as well, some phenomenal Broadway shows, and this is all inclusive. Land program options. So not only are there so many activities to do on board, our ships, but also we have our shore excursion department, which will assist you to customize any shore excursion. So no matter what the size group is, we'll send you the list of shore excursions in that particular port of call, and you can either go with the same shore excursion, private, or you can customize it. There are some times where groups, the VIPs, the senior management level want to go, for example, just golfing privately, not with the rest of the guests, or they want to do catamaran, or they want to do deep sea fishing. Keep in mind, we can customize this for you through our shore excursion department. And the cost savings. It's a 30% savings when you you put a Royal Caribbean program next to a land-based program. So as I mentioned earlier, innovation. Our ships are the most innovative with the rock climbing wall, the ice skating rink, the inline skating, the miniature golf, iFly. There's so many activities on board that we can customize for your program. the meeting space. So one of the things that we like to focus on is when you submit an RFP through your sales contact, please include as much information as possible. Do they need a meeting? How long is the meeting? Do they require coffee breaks? Are they going to be shipping in boxes for turn down gifts? Do they need a hospitality desk? Because we just don't want to send you a proposal, but we also want to make sure that that sailing that we're quoting you, or those sailings that we're quoting you, have these venues available. So we want to make sure the conference center is available, etc. And when we send you the contract, it's going to be listed in the contract. It's going to be listed that you have the conference center at such and such a time blocked private. It's going to be listed that you have your welcome reception, for example, in the secondary lounge or in the theater, depending how large your group is. And it'll be private from a certain time, beginning to end. So that's very important for us. The ships also recognize when it's an incentive group or a meeting. So they give high priority. They understand it's a very important meeting or an incentive, and they've chosen Royal Caribbean. So these venues are pre-booked in advance, and again, they will be in your contract. So I just covered private venues, the customization that we do. We can help you with if you want to do branding for your group. Just let us know. We have companies that we work with that we can help you on pricing for logo napkins, logo on the menus. There's so much that we can do, and that's important for a meeting or an incentive group. Dedicated team. Royal Caribbean has the largest MICE department in the cruise industry. We currently have around 45 dedicated employees that work just on MICE groups on our ships worldwide. They also handle full ship charters because this department, the MICE department, also handles full ship charters. And just to mention, we have around 30 full ship charters a year that we handle, lots of repeat charters. But MICE is a very big and important component of Royal Caribbean. Group coordinators. Royal Caribbean was the first cruise line that had dedicated group coordinators on board our ships. Some ships have two. These group coordinators are the liaison between all the departments. So hotel operations, food and beverage, entertainment department, the AV, they're the ones that communicate and make sure that everything that you have requested, that your clients have requested, those welcome receptions, the forward receptions, everything is going to be delivered flawlessly on board Royal Caribbean ships. We also have a pre-sailing call. So we will set up a call based on your availability and with your client if you wish. And we call the ship and we have a conference call and we go through the entire program. We'll make sure have the boxes arrived. There's 20 boxes that have been sent to the ship for turn down gifts. Have they arrived? Yes, they're on board. Okay, box number 1 is for the first day for turn down gifts. Is everything in order? Yes, we have all in order. Then you have the gifts, etc. So this is very, very important for us to make sure that your program is has been it's flawlessly delivered on board. Included in no fees, as you know, a cruise includes all meals, the entertainment, all your onboard activities, staging and decor. So you don't need to, as a hotel, if you have a ballroom that's just a blank sheet, and then you have to, decorate that room for the welcome reception or the award ceremony. Our lounges on board are beautifully appointed, and there's no need to be changing the decor, etc. Fitness center is included as well. The meeting space, as I mentioned, the state-of-the-art AV equipment is also included, and also, you know, when you do the conferencing from one room to another, it's also included. That's a huge savings. Not only that, but you also have photographers on board. So if you want to have a group photo, That's also on board. It's an additional charge, of course, but it is on board. You have beverage options that you can create. We have some groups that come to us and say, we just want, instead of the premium beverage package, we just want a wine and beer. Fine, let's go to F&B and find what the price is for that beverage package option. We have complimentary amenities. Almost all sailings have what we call CAP points, corporate amenity points. With those points, you can use to purchase like cocktail parties. You can do onboard credits. So you have the participants that come on board, and all of a sudden they have an onboard credit for $50. That excites them, and it's a reward for them. So that is a real big plus. And I'll also cover later on, but I'll mention now, in our MICE department, and only for MICE groups, we have what we call 5% master account. The 5% master account, what you do is, so we have a proposal. The proposal will have the cruise fare per person, the taxes and fees, and the NCCFs and gratuities. Okay, so we get the cost of the cruise, and we multiply that times the number of participants times 5%. That amount there, you're able to use to pre-purchase amenities on board. Okay, I want to pay for spa for the VIPs or for the guests, or I want to give them an onboard credit, or I want to buy this shore excursion and use this money. Some, depending on the size of group, it's a significant amount of money that you can use for this, on board for these customization. But also, to reduce the cost of the group, you can use this towards the final payment. Most groups use it towards the final payment. So again, it's called the 5% master account, and we're happy to discuss this with you individually to explain how this works. Then we have a very generous comp policy and attrition schedule depending on the group size. I covered the customized shore excursions. We can do team building, not only on board, but off land as well. Sometimes we have groups that say, well, we want to have a beach party. Can we have that? Yes, let's see which island it is. Let's see what we can do. We want to have deep sea fishing for the VIPs. Anything we can customize for your group, please keep that in mind that we have a team here in Miami that will work directly with the EMEA team or any other team worldwide to do this. And one single bill reconciliation, which is really important. Just showing you some phenomenal event venues. So look at this space, how phenomenal it is, and you have no decor is needed. No extra decor is needed. You can have the CEO, the president on stage. He or she can make announcements, give out awards, and it's perfect venues. Looking at our conference centers, coffee breaks. We also have had in the past some programs where they're in here the entire time. So they have meetings in the morning with coffee breaks. They'll have a lunch meeting continue we'll have like finger sandwiches. We can change the F&B. And then in the evening, they'll have like desserts or whatnot and continue the meeting. We do a lot of, I'll just mention continuing medical educations, associations and folks that need to recertify themselves. So this is the perfect venue on board of our ships. And again, it's no cost to your client. Different setups to show you. So you have U-shape, you have the theater style, etc. We have a hospitality picture on the bottom left. We can put the logo of the company on the TVs. We can do different messages. So keep this in mind. We have great setups on board our ships. Again, no cost to you and your client. The main theater that holds up to 1,400 guests. And I mean, a great venue. We do a lot of MLM companies that do a lot of general sessions and award ceremonies here in the main theater. Again, it's no cost to them. They're saving a lot of money compared to a land-based resort. Our phenomenal studio Studio B, which is the ice skating rink. You can see both with the ice skating rink there, and you can see with a meeting that's been set up. And they're getting ready to do simulcast from one venue to another. This one holds around, it's 700 seated and 900 when you have the floor covered, the hardwood floor covered. Phenomenal venues on board. Then you have other lounges that hold up to 500 guests. We'll use these lounges for welcome receptions, farewell receptions. We can do large hospitality. There's sometimes groups that want to hand out, welcome bags. So we have one door where they enter, one door where they exit. It's a perfect venue for this, and for them to get to know each other and get to, for the president or CEO to thank them for their great hard work. We have some clients also that they want to be outdoors. Well, solarium. All of our ships have a solarium, which is the adults only pool. This is a beautiful venue, and this is on our Oasis class ship, so 1,600 guests will house this outdoor venue looking at the ocean, which is a perfect setting. Just so you can take a look at what a cocktail party would look like on a reception in the solarium. Then we have Boardwalk and Aqua Theater, also really nice outdoor venues. The Aqua Theater, in case you have not experienced our Oasis class ships, it's a phenomenal venue that has an outdoor theater with some divers that dive from the top of the dive board. It's just jaw-dropping entertainment. But keep in mind, you can use this for your programs as well, or whatever type of event they're looking for, and they're outdoors. So countless ways to make your events unforgettable. We want to make your event on board Royal Caribbean unforgettable and different from every other program that they've done. So beverage package, culinary offerings. We can work with F&B. They're looking for a specific type of food and beverage to make this a wow on board. So yes, let's do that. We have specialty restaurants. So all of our ships have Giovanni's. They'll have the steakhouse. They'll have different type of specialty restaurants, and you can do buyouts. So we have groups that automatically want to do the buyouts. We want to do buyouts every night. It's kind of difficult because we need to give an opportunity to the other guests and the other groups on board. We do limit our groups on board each sailing, but specialty restaurants are a great venue to do a buyout and do a special dinner for a small setting and do announcements. Neighborhood buyouts, so you can buy out Central Park, you can buy out Boardwalk. This, of course, would be for larger programs. Team building on board, like scavenger hunts. Also team building offshore, not only on board, but there's lots that we can do for you at at no cost at all. Entertainment options. We've had groups before that say we want to hire two of your entertainers that are already on board. It's a huge cost savings for them compared to land-based resort, and they can use them to make an announcement, for example, for their next year's program. Photography on board, huge cost savings. The custom shore excursion that I mentioned, and also Royal Caribbean has purchased a satellite, and we call it, so the VOOM is the fastest internet at sea, and this is for all of our ships. And here it is. So we can also work on a special pricing. So we have some groups that come on board and say they want to pre-purchase the Wi-Fi for all their participants. So we'll go ahead and contact this department and see what's the best price that we can get for them since they're pre-purchasing. So Mice in the Caribbean. Perfect Day Coco Cay. If you haven't visited Perfect Day in Coco Cay, is an amazing destination in the Caribbean. It is just out of this world. It's I mean, you have so many activities on board, but look at this water. Who wouldn't want to be here right now? But what we want to highlight here, not only the activities on board, because you also can do nothing at all. But it's a great destination. It's on most of our Caribbean sailings. on the short Caribbean and also the long Caribbean. So Perfect Day Coco Cay is perfect for MICE. We have team building opportunities that we can offer and put together for you, like beach sports at Seaside Point. We also have Hideaway Beach, which is an adults only area that comes on in January. So you'll hear more about Hideaway Beach come January. We also have lots of our groups that want to pre-purchase cabanas. Just yesterday, I had three groups. One of them pre-purchased eight. So it's really an incredible. Um, the cabanas are phenomenal. It's a great experience, and it's a great way for like the CEO or the president or just the head of the department say, I want to just thank the employees. It's eight guests per cabana, so again, it's a great experience. Or they can do nothing at all. It's an amazing destination, and I we highly recommend it. It's highly requested from our MICE groups. They always ask, okay, this itinerary, it is going to Perfect Day Coco Cay, right? Because we want to do team building, or we want to have an area for our groups. We cannot privatize an area for your group. However, we suggest if you get off early enough, there's so much space and the staff can go and maybe be in an area and then just have the participants come. And it's just a great experience like no other. Here's another aerial view of Perfect Day Coco Cay. There's some beautiful cabanas there that you can see. So again, it's just an experience like no other. So let us help you do team building here and or nothing at all. So give you some suggestions. There's also water sports. There's floaties that you can just float on the mats. There's jet ski. There's just lots and lots to do. There's snorkeling. This is the Cocoa Beach Club, which is a a great area for them to meet, and it is an additional cost, but again, it's a private area. It's a nice private area that they can be that the whole group can be at. Just beautiful, beautiful waters and just incredible. And then you have Hideaway Beach, which is adults only. Hideaway Beach is at an additional cost. There'll be more information coming out. But again, it's a great way if you have a small group of top VIPs or a small incentive group, we can certainly help you come to this location and have the participants be rewarded and be thanked by the senior management. So here's Cocoa Beach Club versus Hideaway Beach. You can see all the and Alex will share the information with you later on. So you have all ages, luxury, upscale restaurant that's going to be in Cocoa Beach. There'll be a bar, there'll be cabanas. Again, it's an additional cost, so it requires a day pass. And then you have Hideaway Beach, which is adults only. It's got a great vibe. It's going to have a great DJ. Food spots, and cabanas, of course. And this is going to be at an additional cost as well. But it's just an incredible destination within a destination, and it's only on Royal Caribbean. What ship visit the Caribbean? Okay, here we go. So we've got Voyager class, Radiance class, Freedom class, Oasis, and the new Icon. So you've got Voyager class out of Miami, out of Galveston, and out of Port Canaveral. You have great airfare coming from Europe into Miami, of course, as you all know, and into Port Canaveral as well, and Galveston. These are great ports, round trip that have great destinations that have great airlift, I'm sorry, into these ports from Europe. Then you've got the Radiance class Tampa, Miami, Freedom class Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Oasis from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral. And you have the new Icon, the most talked about ship in the cruise industry. It is right now at a booked level of over 60%. Incredible, like no other ship that has ever been built by Royal Caribbean. So coming soon, Icon, which will be coming in January. Stay tuned. I'm sure you've seen some announcements, but there's more to come. So Icon of the Seas deployment, she's going to be doing 7 nights Western Caribbean, stopping in Perfect Day Coco Cay, and she'll sail from January through April of 2026 doing these 7 nights. She'll also do Eastern Caribbean as well with Perfect Day Coco Cay. But look at this ship. It's just amazing. It's breathtaking and like no other ship on board. We don't have a lot of information on this presentation. We didn't want to focus on Icon, but I believe through this presentation in this program, there's other presenters that are talking about Icon of the Sea. So I'm sure you've seen that already. Then the departures from Miami, you have Independence, Explorer, and Freedom of the Seas. And they're doing 5 night Western Caribbean, highly popular for these are our very the most popular for our MICE groups. They want the short 5 nights, 3 and 4 nights, the 4 and 5 nights. This is the most requested in for MICE groups. So this is what's trending right now, these short Caribbean. So we have Western Caribbean, Eastern. You have the short 3 and 4 nights is Bahamas and Perfect Day Coco Cay. So lots of options as you see here for your MICE clients, MICE groups to book on Royal Caribbean. So again, I think this presentation will be shared so you can have this at your fingertips and you can discuss with your clients. Departure from Fort Lauderdale, we have Liberty of the Seas doing 3 and 4 nights and Grandeur doing 5 nights. Grandeur is a Vision class, smaller class ship. So perfect for charters. I need to mention charters as well. So keep in mind, we also had no full ship charters, and these Vision class ships are small ships, about 900 guests up to 1,800 guests, which is perfect for full ship charters. So again, great short destinations for your MICE groups. Departures from Port Canaveral, Utopia of the Seas, which is another new ship that's going to be coming out soon. It's an Oasis class ship, and she'll be doing 3 and 4 nights, Bahamas and Perfect Day Coco Cay. She'll be doing this year round, so you'll have a brand new Oasis class ship year round doing 3 nights and 4 nights. What a phenomenal destination for your MICE groups. You have Allure of the Seas doing 3 and 4 nights. Perfect Day Coco Cay in Bahamas, and those are the dates. Then you have Independence and Voyager also doing short cruises to the Bahamas and Perfect Day Coco Cay. So you have so many options in the Caribbean, so many options in the Caribbean for your MICE groups. Look at this. This is incredible. So please share this with your valued clients so they can book their MICE groups on board Royal Caribbean. And here is Galveston. Galveston also has great airlift from Europe. I believe KLM goes straight into Galveston. So you have Voyager of the Seas doing 4 and 5 nights and Mariner doing 4 and 5 nights. And that's July 2023, which through April of 24 for Voyager, and Mariner April of 24 through April 25. So these are departures from Galveston, and this is a brand new, absolutely gorgeous pier that Royal Caribbean has built in Galveston, Texas. So why choose Caribbean as a MICE destination? Again, it's a new experience for many attendees. MICE attendees have done, land, and Caribbean. Not many have done the Caribbean. They've done maybe some, believe it or not, some clients have done Alaska or Med, and they're like, oh, Caribbean. It's quite far from Europe, but let's do it. So it's a new experience for attendees. Many of the itineraries visit our Perfect Day Coco Cay, as I mentioned. We have year-round short itineraries. So January through December, year-round itineraries doing 3, 4, 5 nights. So the weather is perfect, as you know, in the Caribbean year-round. So it's a perfect destination for you. Cost effective and value, as we covered, is a 30% savings when you put a land-based resort next to a Royal Caribbean cruise. Benefits of booking a MICE program on board Royal Caribbean. If you didn't know, when you book a MICE group on board Royal Caribbean, we allocate your staterooms immediately. We do not sell you guarantees. So another thing that we do is we try and allocate the staterooms for the participants all on one deck next to each other unless you tell us otherwise. But we want them all to be together. So again, we allocate all the staterooms. Group dining, we make sure that they are all seated together and they're all seated together in the dining room. And we encourage for the companies to provide like tent cards or company flags so we can put this on the tables. It's very important and it's a nice touch. We've had groups before that they've brought runners and they put them on the tables. We've had groups that have given the waiters in the dining room a pin of their company logo. So imagine when a participant is ordering their their meal off of the menu and they look up to the waiter and they see the pin on the lapel. It's a nice touch. So there's so many different things that we can recommend to you that are branding ideas. um, the special mice offer that I mentioned, the 5% account, we're the only cruise like doing this. So in addition to those cap points, it's in addition to the cap points, which is a great value, those cap points, you go to the cap list that we can share with you. The cap list will share, you can purchase cocktail parties, you can do onboard credits, you can do wine per cabin, you can do a fruit basket, you can do chocolate covered strawberry. So you use those points for those amenities to be delivered to the stateroom. In addition to that, you have the 5% master account, which is, I mean, it's a large amount. It's 5% of that total bill, and excluding, of course, the taxes and fees and the NCCFs and the gratuities. But it's a large amount that you can use towards the final payment, or you can use it again for pre-purchase of cocktail parties, spa, shore excursions, so many things that you can use that 5% master account. And it's really unbelievable. I mean, the head of each mice group really they question it. They're like, do I really have 25,000 that I can use, or I really have 10,000? I mean, I can use this. Yes, you can. It's a great it's an amazing savings, a great value. So please keep in mind that we offer the 5% master account on all of our products except our ship that sails out of Singapore in the Asia market. That's the only ship that does not offer the 5%. All other ships offer the 5% master account credit. So these are special MICE benefits and corporate amenity points that I covered. This is the most important slide to me. It's a huge savings to you and to your valued MICE clients. So Independence of the Sea, here's a great offer that we have. The offer unfortunately does expire. We tried to get it extended. I don't think it's going to happen, but the offer expires October 31st. It's only on Independence of the Seas that sails out of Miami in 2024. It's an exclusive offer. So instead of offering 5% master account, this ship is going to offer 8% master account. So when you plan your event on a 4 or 5 night Caribbean sailing, you receive 8% master account on Independence of the Seas, a beautiful ship with the large conference center that holds up to 400 seated theater style with breakouts into four. It's an incredible ship. It's got specialty dining. It's got all the bells and whistles that you're going to want. And you're going to have cap points in addition to the 8% master account. It's a huge savings. Again, pay for you can use it towards a final payment or you can use it towards board amenities. So Independence of the Seas, keep in mind. And we only have 2 more weeks, I believe, before this offer is over. So it's a great savings. Tools, we can help you with mice tools. So we have individual ship brochures. We have individual ship PowerPoint presentations. We have videos. We have event customization guide. We have so many tools, as you can see here, that help you to go to your client, not only with a proposal, showing the pricing and showing the master account, but then you can show the ship, you can show the destination. This is what you're purchasing. This is for your participants. What a great destination. So again, we have all these tools that we can help you with. Also, keep in mind, you're welcome to add any of these tools to your website. We've had some feedback, amazing feedback from our top mice agencies that say, "Hey, I put a message on my website that just said, like, ask me about mice," and just that, clients of theirs that book affinity and promotional groups said, "Hey, I didn't know you handled mice." Yes, we do. And you know that Royal Caribbean has conference centers on board. And right there, you get a new RFP from Mice Group. So keep that in mind. This is a way of getting new clients because there's some agencies that that handle mice groups, and some clients don't even know because they'll book affinity promotional with you or they'll book FIT with you. So they just don't know. So you're welcome to use any of these tools to add to your website, but also just take them out to the road. You can visit your client, your top 3 clients. We are here to help you with all these tools, which are just beautiful, phenomenal tools that have all the questions and answers, and actually it just delivers the announcement beautifully when we're talking about mice and when we're talking about mice in the Caribbean. So we are here to support the EMEA region. If you have any questions, I think there's been questions that have been coming through the chat, but if you have questions after this presentation, please let us know. We're welcome to send a message to Alex and he'll get it to us, or Alex can answer you. And we thank you again for being part of this presentation on mice in the Caribbean on board Royal Caribbean, on board Royal Caribbean. It's coming. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a couple of questions. The first question is, can you talk a little bit more about the 5% master account and go into detail as to how it works and on what you can use it for? I know that we touched a little bit on this, but there are further questions.
Okay. So the 5% master account. So let's say that we're quoting you, let's say a small group, it's 8 rooms. And so you have the cost per person for the cruise in category in a balcony room. And then you have the taxes and fees, the NCCFs and the gratuities. We're going to take the total of the cruise fare, multiply that, how many guests per category, and then we'll multiply that times 5%. That total right there, you can use it towards your final payment, or you can say, just have that amount waiting for me on board the ship. You work with a group coordinator on board, and you can say, okay, we're going to use this amount for shore excursions. When we get to Perfect Day Coco Cay, we want to go to Hideaway Beach and the adults only area, and we're going to use it for that. So perfect. We use that amount for that. Or we're going to do an excursion in Nassau. So whatever that total is, you use that amount. Or I want to give my participants $100 per person on board credit. Let them use however which way they want. Okay, let's transfer amount from the master account to their each individual cabin, and they can use it on board. Or you can say final payment is due. Okay, I want that master account total to be used towards the final payment.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Clem. And then a couple more questions on the wine and beer option. Can you go over what the terms and conditions for that are?
Great question. So what we'll do is we'll go to our food and beverage department here in Miami. We'll say we have a group of 50 guests and they want to do just wine and beer throughout the entire 3 nights in the Caribbean. So they'll give us a price. The price will include gratuities already. You will need to prepay this because it's a special pricing. So they want to make sure that it's guaranteed and it's pre-purchased. So it depends. I can't give you an amount. So it depends on the ship, the sail date. Is it 3 nights? Is it 4 nights? Is it 5 nights? But F&B will give us a special price, including the gratuities. And again, you can also use this from your master account. You can prepay this with your master account.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Clem. And then a couple more questions as to charters. There have been some questions over like an average of a per day cost. Do you have an idea? I know that, it depends a lot on itineraries, voyages, etc. But do you have an idea of a range that you could provide at this time?
It's hard to say. So it's really hard to say because it depends on the load factor on the sailing. Is it a 3 night? Is it a 4 night? But what we do is we'll work with revenue right away to see what that particular sailing or surrounding sailings, which is the one that has the lowest load factor, and we'll give you a net charter rate. Charters are quoted net, plus the taxes, fees, plus the gratuities, and there's also an onboard revenue component. But it's really, really hard to say what a charter rate could be. Maybe a vision class, let's say, could be around $1.9 million for a 3 night or 4 night. So it just really depends. But they're quoted net, by the way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then there also was a question, cocktail parties can be done in solarium, and this is actually available across our fleet, correct?
Yes, it is.
On all sailings.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. All right. And I think that is all the questions that we have right now. Thank you so much, Clem.
Thank you. Thank you all, and we'll hope to see you on board Royal Caribbean in the Caribbean. Bye.